Hello and welcome to Universe Mode. This is ECW, live from New Orleans, Louisiana. And we are getting things underway with the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, in one-on-one action. Okada making his way down to the ring here tonight as he sets things off here on ECW. He is going to be going one-on-one with one half of the ECW Tag Team Champions, Neville. And what should be a very interesting way to kick things off here on ECW. Two very pristine talents going at it. Of course, last week on ECW, we witnessed the Four Horsemen of Chris Jericho and Kazuchika Okada defeat Sheamus and Neville. And of course, that is still raging on here tonight. As you can see, still some problems regarding last week. Of course, Europe's Finest not feeling happy about the loss. Four Horsemen believing they deserve a title shot after the win. Well, we're going to see what happens here tonight when Okada, representing the Four Horsemen, of course, is going to go one-on-one with Neville himself. This should be good. I'm looking forward to this. This is a good way to kick off ECW, and we have got quite a good show lined up for you here tonight. So stick around, have fun. That will be so interesting. Anyway, there is Okada, looking into the eyes of no one because Neville isn't there. Now Neville is there. Neville was the one who got the pin against Blake and Murphy against Backlash. I believe he pinned Murphy right off the top of my head, I can't remember. But nevertheless, he is here, he is ready to kick things off on ECW, and we are continuing on this little mini feud we got going on between the Four Horsemen and Europe's Finest. What will happen when Neville and Okada clash here to start things off on ECW? We are about to find out. Alright, here we go. These two men starting things off here on ECW. Collar elbow tight between the two. What are we going to see when the Four Horsemen and Europe's Finest clash once again here to start things off? We're going to find out. We're going to see a clean break. Yes, we are. Okay, clean break to start things off. Bit of a slow start here as we get things underway as they go through the motions. Let's talk through this match card. Oh my god, Neville already saying screw to the motions and hitting a tiger suplex onto Okada. But let's go through the match card for tonight. After this, we have a tag team matchup. The Dudley Boys are going to go up against Kevin Nash and Cesaro of the New World Order. Needless to say, the New World Order not in the best of moods because Cesaro did not walk out of Backlash with the ECW Championship. And, well, and to make matters worse as well, in that matchup, he was the one who was pinned to end the match. So I don't think Cesaro is in any state to be happy about anything, and the Dudley Boys are certainly going to see the repercussions of that later on tonight. Then we have a one-on-one matchup. Kalisto is going to go one-on-one against the returning Cody Rhodes. For the first time since No Way Out, Cody Rhodes is going to be in action, and that is something I cannot wait for. Finally seeing Cody Rhodes back in the ring, and of course, as we can see, he's been drafted to ECW, and let's see how he's going to do in his return match against one half of the Lucha Dragons in Kalisto. And then our main event, huge main event, fatal four-way matchup involving Scott Hall, Sheamus, Seth Rollins, and the ECW champion Michael Bennett. Of course, three champions there and a member of the NWO. That should be a very big main event, to say the least. The other half of the ECW Tag Team Champions in Sheamus, ECW Television Champion in Seth Rollins. Of course, a member of the New World Order in Scott Hall, and the man who at Backlash did the unthinkable and retained his ECW Championship, that man being Michael Bennett. Bennett did sit out most of the matchup, but I can't blame him when, of all people, to show up. Wade Barrett did. Wade Barrett not here tonight. We will not. I'm not really aware of when his return is going to be, but that was something shocking to say the least when it did take place. And we, of course, looking for the return of Wade Barrett. But aside from that, he showed up. He went right for Cesaro. They brawled with each other, and Michael Bennett kind of picked up the pieces towards the end of the match and was able to defend his championship, and I cannot blame him for the method in which he retained, because I wouldn't want to be in the ring with Cesaro and Barrett either. So there we have it, and that is the match cut for tonight right now. Oh, Okada looked like he was going for his signature maneuver there. Neville reverses out of it. Nice reverse DDT. Neville now picks him up. Front face lock. Neville going to take him to the ropes. What are we going to mind here? Neville. Big clothesline over the top rope here. Okada on the outside. Neville looking like he's going to fly to kick things off here. And, oh, lovely. Lovely somersault dive over the top rope there. Not exactly sure what to call it. Kind of turns into a corkscrew moonsault. Beautiful maneuver there by Neville. That could get him the advantage. Could be a key turning point in this matchup. Neville picking up Okada now. Kick to the gut here. Neville needs to get him back in the ring. Okada actually looking dazed on his feet here as Neville hits the Northern Light suplex on the outside. Okada doesn't look to be that responsive. Scrap that, he's moved out of the way, but Neville still in control here. No, Okada reverses, and Neville decides to stop for the barricade. He ain't taking no bumps. Kicking the leg now. Attacking the leg of Okada. Smart tactic there. Okada getting out of the way. Getting back in the ring. I think Okada needs a moment to recover. Big running lariat there. Now Okada going to take things up to the second rope here. Yeah, that went well. That didn't look dodgy at all. What's next here for Okada as he picks up Neville now? No, he gets reversed. Irish whip in the corner now is Okada. He's in trouble here. He's going to get perched up on the top rope by Neville. What has Neville got in mind for the Rainmaker? No, never mind. Okada reverses his way out of it. Oh, punches Neville down. And, oh, went for a double knees there. That didn't work out. And, oh, okay, Neville goes actually through him. Oh, my God. How did he hit that spinning uppercut? I will never know. But apparently that was a thing. Oh, there's a sneeze. And now, Okada going up to the top rope here with Neville. Superplex! A massive superplex there onto Neville. The man the Gravity forgot here. Certainly plummeting back down to the ground there. And Okada now. Looks like he's actually a bit fatigued after hitting that uppercut. What can the Rainmaker do here? The Four Horsemen going to be watching this match intensely, hoping that Okada can pull off the win. And he hits this. The reverse GTS is what comes to mind for me. And now Okada lying in wait, perhaps looking for the Rainmaker to seal this matchup. No, Neville reverses it. Neville reverses his way out of it. Okada seemingly dazed in the middle of the ring. Neville Okada. I prefer the diamond one, but I'll be honest, you know. Standing red arrow by Neville. Will it get him the win? Cover. 1, 2. No, it won't. Okada just getting the shoulders up in time. Looked like it was all over there for the Four Horsemen, but somehow Okada finds a way out. Looking for the DDT. Neville reverses it. Northern Light suplex into the cover. 1. And that's all he's going to get out of it. Okada kicks out at 1. Neville trying to take a moment to recover here as Okada gets up to his feet. Don't let your guard down around. Kazuchika Okada there. Big DDT as Okada, with as little energy as he's got left, slowly making his way up to the top rope here. Neville in trouble. This time the diving knees miss. Oh dear. We can edit that out. Okada now picking up Neville. Sends him down on a snap, mate. And wrenching on the neck. Trying to slow the pace down here. Trying to recover. Trying to soften the head up maybe. Ahead of the Rainmaker.
We're seeing two outstanding athletes looking to
Okada picking him up again.
But only one can walk out victorious.
Strike there. Irish whip countered. Okada spills over the top rope.
We're looking at
nice counter there by Okada as he gets back in the ring now. And another big uppercut cracking Neville across the skull. This match has been going on for some time now, and you can see the fatigue actually settling in with Okada. Trying to finish off Neville here. Okada with a roll up. Okada gets the roll up. Will he steal the win here? 1, 2, no, he doesn't. Oh, that was too close for Neville there. seriously looked like the match could have been over. And now, grabbing the back, Okada with a big German suplex there onto Neville. Huge German suplex. And now Okada, lying in wait once again, has Neville right where he wants him. Turns him round, hooks the arms, turns him around. Oh my god, the lariat, the Rainmaker! I can't do the voice. Rainmaker! He gets the Rainmaker onto Neville. He hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Okada gets the win for the Four Horsemen to kick things off here on ECW. What a matchup that was to start things off here. And it's Okada who is your winner. Wow. Fair play to both men there for putting on a show. It looked like Neville had that match won at a point. But Okada able to pull off a reversal, hit that German suplex, which I think just had Neville out of it, and then the Rainmaker gets the win for Kazuchika Okada. Big way to start off ECW there, and a very, very good match between two talented individuals. We'll see what happens now in the future for the Four Horsemen. Maybe they are next in line for an ECW Tag Team Championship matchup. Anyway, seeing the tag teams, time to move on to our next contest. The Dudley Boys are going to take on the New World Order. I fear for the Dudley Boys. Let's move on to that contest. Here we go. This matchup getting underway. I believe this is the first time we have seen the Dudley Boys since they lost their tag team championships back at WrestleMania. An enjoyable matchup, to say the least. Well, there we go. Here come the Dudley Boys down to the ring. As I said, I believe this is their first contest since losing those tag team championships to the Hart Foundation. Of all the first matches you could have had, a very irate New World Order is not the one that comes to mind. They seem ready for this matchup, but then again, I don't think they truly are. I wish them the very best of luck, but the New World Order, I don't think are going to be the easiest team in the world to try and defeat. That is just how it is known. I mean, this is the team that did control ECW for, what, the better part of 5 months. Well, here we go. Here come Nash and Cesaro. All things considered, I imagine the New World Order are hiding this annoyance behind their fake smile. You can see this, Cesaro kind of mimicking the acts of Scott Hall. They're trying to act like nothing's wrong. We all know Cesaro is nowhere near 100% inside, mentally, to say the least. Wade Barrett returning a backlash and then to be pinned by Michael Bennett. That's got to be embarrassing for Cesaro. I think he's just looking normal in the head of this entrance, and he is going to punish the Dudley Boys here tonight. We've got the 7-footer in Kevin Nash, and one of the hardest hitters in this entire universe with Cesaro. This is going to be problematic, to say the least, for the Dudley Boys. There is Nash looking ready ahead of this contest, and there is Cesaro literally mimicking the acts of Scott Hall. I hate the NWO, but at the same time, they have a charm to them. A little bit of a funny charm that gets to my inner boyish nature. That doesn't mean I still can't hate their very existence and wish the Dudley Boys would absolutely embarrass them here tonight. However, I do not know if that's going to be the case. Let's go. As the bell rings here, Bubba is going to start things off against Kevin Nash, who already hits a half backbreaker. Last time we saw Nash, he was beaten by Michael Bennett. You could tell the New World Order all have the same problem in mind. That man is Michael Bennett, the ECW champion. He goes at it alone. And that is perhaps far from the strongest way you want to go against the New World Order. By yourself, you are asking for trouble. You are literally causing your own funeral when you take on the New World Order. Cesaro already tagged in, and he hits his big swinging uppercut there. Cesaro, I would say for a moment, looked like he might have had that ECW championship sealed. As much as I hate to admit it, it did look like he was going to come on with Cesaro at one point. However, Michael Bennett was able to put a stop to that, and Wade Barrett fought like he should have fought at WrestleMania on that night. I hope we see him returning sometime in the near future. Cesaro spilling over the top rope there, courtesy of Bubba Ray Dudley. As we go to the outside here, this is where the NWO can use this to their advantage. We know they like to use every bit of the arena. Oh god, there's Bubba crashing into the steps. It seems as if Cesaro is not willing to get it done on the outside. He wants to get involved on the inside. He wants to cause pain. Despite that, he makes the tag out to Kevin Nash here. Nash gets a bit of trouble there. However, oh god, Most hit the Northern Light suplex out of that counter. Nash just dropped him over his shoulder. Bubba Ray Dudley, hardly the lightest of guys, and look at this, Kevin Nash making him look like he's nothing. Pressing him over his head there with ease. That's like a scary factor to Kevin Nash. His undeniable strength as Devon gets tagged in here. Devon looking for something there. Nash reverses and turns it into a sidewalk slam. And just picking up Devon by his face. So diminishing there. And now there's another sidewalk slam. Nash seems to be having fun right now. And, oh, after the big boot, Devon gets out of the way. The Kevin Nash big boot gets countered. Big counter there by Nash, though, to get out of that back suplex. An STO there. Who's next now? Nash picking up. What has he got in mind here? Dragging him over to the corner. Tag made into Cesaro. Double team between the two. Double backbreaker, almost like an akin to the Irish curse there. That might have been the move they were looking to parody. And here we go now, another double underhook suplex here. Look at the hang time Cesaro gets on this just to show off his brute strength. Onto Devon. Big question right now, I think, is what is next for the New World Order? They failed to recapture the ECW Championship. What happens now? I don't think the New World Order are anywhere near finished with Michael Bennett. But what is next for them? What do they have in mind following that loss? I think we're going to see in these upcoming weeks. Cesaro with a big swing and uppercut there. And now Cesaro suddenly looking to end this match out of nowhere. Picks up Devon. Neutralizer. Well, I think this match is all but over. Cover here. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Wow, Nash didn't even see a reason to get into the ring there. It was like he knew the match was over already. I don't know what Bubba Ray was thinking there. Was he thinking tactically? Did he want the torture to continue? Because they had absolutely no offense there on the New World Order. Completely embarrassing the Dudley Boys there. If you had seen that performance, you would not know the Dudley Boys had been tag team champions just 2 months ago. So there we are, dominating performance once again from the New World Order, and I think we're going to find out within the next few weeks what they have planned next for Michael Bennett at ECW. Anyway, time to move on to our next contest. We have Kalisto going one-on-one with Cody Rhodes. Finally, Rhodes returns. Very happy to say that. Let's see what happens, and let's see how he is when he goes one-on-one with Kalisto up next. Here we go. Kalisto making his way down to the ring here, ready for this matchup. Kalisto, of course, we saw his tag team partner recently in Phoenix. He made his debut a few weeks back, trying to win them the #1 contendership just before Backlash, because that match was won by Blake and Murphy. Anyway, here is Kalisto as he gets ready now for this contest against Cody Rhodes. I cannot wait to see Rhodes back in action. It has been far too long. Rhodes was one of the key players of SmackDown back towards the end of Season 2, so let's see what is going to happen here. Let's see what these 5 months have done, or sorry, even longer than that, have done to Cody Rhodes. That's...
And approaching the ring from the 5th dimension, Stardust.
Look around. Everybody is on their
I was not expecting that. Are we sure this is... Are we 100% sure this is Cody Rhodes? This is... This is not what I was expecting when it said Cody Rhodes was going to be returning. Okay. Well, I don't think Cody Rhodes exists anymore. Well, I see he has the facial structure of Cody Rhodes, so I assume that is Cody Rhodes. Stardust, however, making his debut here on ECW. I'm kind of freaked out by this, to say the least. Not really sure how I should feel about this. I was expecting Cody Rhodes, and instead I've got Stardust. Right, I think we're going to be finding out a few things about Stardust over these next upcoming weeks. I'm going to have to now try and not call him Cody Rhodes, even though it's pretty obvious that it is Cody Rhodes. Alabama Slam here. No, Kalisto gets through and into a quick roll-up, trying to seal the win right away. Oh my god, not even a one count on Stardust there. Still a very weird sentence to say. Oh god, cross-arm DDT there by Stardust. Seems as if the time he spent away after the beating from Brock Lesnar has changed up his versatile moveset a bit. Kick to the side of the head there. And now back suplex. Yes, back suplex there to Kalisto. Stardust here got him in a bit of trouble already. Kalisto trying to fight back though. I guess Stardust carries over the Cody Rhodes' old traits. I mean, we're going off. Oh my god, Kalisto with a corkscrew splash there. Seriously, was not expecting that to hit then, but somehow he gets it onto Stardust. What I was about to say was, we're going off the traits of Cody Rhodes here. Stardust, a former World Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion. Of course, however, was when he was Cody Rhodes. This is I'm still a bit awestruck from this. Like, I was not expecting to see this at all. I was expecting to see Cody Rhodes. I was expecting to hear something about smoke and mirrors. Instead, we've got this guy. Very weird, to say the least. Cody Rhodes, Stardust here, dragging him to the ropes. What has Stardust got in mind for Kalisto? Using ropes to his advantage and hitting a Falcon Arrow there. Very nicely done. I haven't seen that before. Seems as if he did spend quite a bit of time changing his moveset up. Nice spinning heel kick there though by Kalisto. As he looks for elbows to the top of the head here. That is... Nope, he's not going to get that as Stardust gets out here. I can already hear the Cody chants echoing around the arena. And can you blame them? Stardust now with the disaster kick. And now looking to wrap it up here. What are we going to see? Turns him round. It's going to be Crossroads. I don't really know a name for that aside from Crossroads. Stardust into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Well, Stardust gets the win. I'm still a bit blown away, to be honest, by this new side of Cody Rhodes. I guess this is what has happened to Cody Rhodes since he's been gone. He's become Stardust. Right. Okay. We'll have to take that into account. Stardust, they're getting a very easy win though over Kalisto. It seems as if not much has changed since he's been gone. Stardust perhaps could still be a key factor regarding the ECW Championship. Of course, if you were watching Universe back then, you would know the war he had with Brock Lesnar. An absolute war. And if he's still got that going with him today, Stardust is a big playing factor here in ECW. Anyway, let's move on to our main event now. Big main event lined up for you. Fatal 4-Way, Scott Hall, Sheamus, Seth Rollins, Michael Bennett. Without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go, it is time for the main event. And first out is Scott Hall. Scott Hall making his way down to the ring here. This is going to be a very interesting fatal 4-way matchup. What will happen regarding Hall in this matchup? Will he be used as... will everyone go for him, or will people be too invested in other matchups? We'll see what happens. This is interesting because I don't really know what to say. Kind of, because you got Hall, who is literally... well, he's hated. Let's put it bluntly. He is hated. You've got then the other three who pretty much all want a piece of Hall. But at the same time, you've got to try and win the Fatal 4-Way. It's not a 3-on-1 handicap match. It is the first person to get a pinfall wins the match. So we'll see what happens regarding that. But anyway, Hall out here first. As we can see, if this was the old NWO ECW days, Hall would have been the last one out, regardless of what had happened. Anyway, here comes the first of Scott Hall's opponents in this matchup. One half of the ECW Tag Team Champions looking to counteract the loss that Neville suffered earlier in the night to Kazuchika Okada. That man is Sheamus.
And approaching the ring from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, one half of the ECW World Tag Team Champions, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Sheamus is making his way down to the ring here tonight. What will happen here? I think a key point to remember between well, now for Sheamus is, yep, he's got to try and get that win. He's got to try and change what happened earlier in the night with Okada's loss, but at the same time, he's got to have his mind, I think, set on both the New World Order, who I imagine will find a way to get a rematch for those tag team titles, and the Four Horsemen right now. That win that Okada got and the tag win last week. To me, in my accounts, in my books right now, the Four Horsemen are the #1 contender. But the big problem is, if they are the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championship, who are they going to be taking on, you know? We know 3 out of the 4 Horsemen right now. We're still waiting on the 4th member. But who are they going to be taking on? That's the thing. It's, of course, Horseman rules, you know, I suppose Freebird rules even. You can do whatever you want. Okada and Jericho could become #1 contenders, but you could see Arn Anderson and the other guy get the tag team title shot. That's the worry. That's the wonders of the Four Horsemen, and that's what's going to make them difficult. Anyway, here comes your ECW television champion, Seth Rollins.
From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, the ECW World Television Champion, Seth Rollins.
Rollins making his way down to the ring. Seems as if the attack last week on him, courtesy of the New World Order, has not let him get to... has not let that get to him even. Sorry about that. And of course, as we saw this past Sunday, a little while back, even a week and a half ago at Backlash, he was able to defend against Bray Wyatt in what was a highly contested matchup. Seemed as if it did look like for a moment, actually, the Wyatt was going to have it one after that Sister Abigail, but Rollins, ever resilient, able to retain his television championship, and now gets ready for this matchup against Sheamus, Scott Hall, and of course the one man left to come out. That man, sorry about that, somehow still your ECW champion. I don't know how he did it, but it was an amazing feat when he pulled it off. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Bennett, still ECW champion. The miracle certainly came true for him at Backlash.
And approaching the ring from Massachusetts, the ECW World Heavyweight Champion, Mike Bennett.
How Mike Bennett did it, I will never know. Seriously, as much as I love Bennett's win at WrestleMania, as much as I thought that was an amazing moment, I don't know. I didn't really know if he could cope on his own. You know, he had the attack from the New World Order just a few days before as well. He got speared through a barricade. But I think he thought through the match like a world champion. He let them fight. He let them go at it, and he took the moment. He saw the moment, took the part, and went for it. That gap that was left open from their consistent brawling, Michael Bennett at 100% because he just spent the entire match on the outside while those two brawled with each other. An absolute pitch-perfect idea from the ECW champion. I think that's why he was able to retain in the manner which he did, convincingly pinning Cesaro and laying out Wade Barrett at the same time. Well, here we go. Well, it's not really much of a shock here. We have got Bennett going at it with Scott Hall, and now on the outside, Sheamus and Neville. Wow, definitely not Sheamus and Neville. Neville's transformed it a lot in about half an hour. Sheamus and Rollins on the outside, of course, as per usual with these falls count anyway. Wow, there you go, I just revealed it. With these fatal four-ways, they are falls count anyway. So Rollins could get the win on the outside right now with that the driver, of course, didn't go for the pin. However, we could also see one of those two men in the ring right now pick up the win. And that's why we need two referees in this matchup, because that one referee in the ring is hopeless. Nice spine buster there, though, by Michael Bennett on the inside right now. Cesaro. I'm so bad with names. Wow, Sheamus and Rollins going at it now. We've got two front face locks going on. Knee to the head there by Sheamus. And a slap to the back of the head. They're trying to embarrass Michael Bennett there with Scott Hall. Big boot to the side of the head. Sheamus going to fly here. Oh my god, watch out. Sheamus is on the top rope. And elbow drop to the back there of Seth Rollins. Nice super kick to the gut. Scott Hall kind of running into that there. Sheamus attacking the leg of Seth Rollins now. Big knees to the gut. Countered there by Scott Hall. And now we have a collision. We got everything going on in the corner. And now we're changing. It's Sheamus and Bennett and Hall and Rollins. Well, that changed fast. Congratulations there. Anyway, on the outside now, overhead, belly to belly by Sheamus. And now Scott Hall with a massive rake to the eyes there of Seth Rollins. Rollins counters his way out of it. And now Dragon Suplex maybe. And he gets it. Big Dragon Suplex there. Not looking for the pin after it, but for some reason Rollins not bridging but goes straight into another pin. However, that gets a 2 count. Bennett with a Uranaga in the outside there for a second. I thought he was going for the Bennett effect. Two similar moves. Elbow to the top of the head there. Bennett now is actually going for the Bennett effect. And he gets it. Rollins on the top rope here, maybe looking for the Phoenix Splash. No, he hits the Frog Splash. And the ref taking about 6 eternities and 7 traverses of the moon of Dagobah to count that pin. Does Dagobah even have a moon? I don't remember. Probably does. Anyway, we're now going all out on the outside. We've got fucking everyone going out on the outside, and we're back to normal here. We're back to... No, we're not. We're going to new opponents now. Got a rematch from last week going on between Rollins and Bennett. And Scott Hall with his signature choke slam-esque maneuver there. Laying out Sheamus maybe. Cover here as we are in slowish motion. 2. No, it gets a 2. This is so fucking slow. Bennett on the outside. Photo finish to Rollins. Probably in the worst place you could possibly do it. Right next to these two guys. The referee has been attacked. 1, 2. Okay, well done. Scott Hall was unable to break up a clothesline there. And he is lucky. Uh-oh. Well, Michael Bennett is less than lucky right now. He's in a lot of trouble in the slow motion that we are witnessing. Michael Bennett might be laid out here. Outsider's edge to Michael Bennett. Guys, can we all please get away from each other? You're causing slow motion. Cover by Hall. The referee runs into the ring. Sheamus can't break it up. Sheamus still can't break it up. Bennett kicks at it too. Ah, finally somewhat of an order has been restored. On the outside here. No, Rollins. Stay on the inside, please. Oh, no. We've got... Oh, for fuck's sake. Look at these two specimens now. There we go. They're going back in the ring. Suplex counted there. And oh god, Bennett crashing into a steel chair there. Seth Rollins looking on the middle inside the ring, however, for the buckle bomb onto Sheamus, and he gets it. Buckle bomb crashing him down. Sheamus in trouble here, maybe. Rollins for some reason not looking for the pin. Standing shooting star press instead. I don't know what Scott Hall is leaning against, but apparently he's chilling against something. Oh my god, he headbutts nothing. Falcon Arrow now, but his shoulders counted there. Cover by Rollins on the inside. Here, 1, 2, do it. Wow. Wow.
Here's your winner, Seth
I wasn't expecting that. Seth Rollins, your winner. I didn't even see what he hit. I was too busy paying attention to Bennett and Paul on the outside. Well, apparently Seth Rollins is now your winner. Well, that's my reaction. I was not expecting that, and great. There's your winner, Seth Rollins, by whatever he won by. I'll have to take a look at that when you know, I'll take a look at that in the production meeting. Anyway, Seth Rollins is your winner. Kind of pulled that one out of the bag, pinning Sheamus. Bad night for Europe's finest there as both tag team champions lose. Meanwhile, Hall and Bennett didn't seem as if they settled anything. They seemed as if they were ready to continue brawling. We will see what happens with that, and I think we will have to book a match between them in the near future. Anyway, Rollins your winner. Very interesting night of ECW. The Four Horsemen seem as if they are on their way to getting a tag team championship shot. The New World Order seeming, well, they are not seeming like they're in a good mood, as you saw by their decimation of the Dudley Boys, and Stardust making his return, I guess you can say, or the new persona of Cody Rhodes making his debut in this universe, defeating Kalisto. What happens next for Stardust, we'll see, but he could still be a big threat to ECW. Anyway, there's your winner of this fatal four-way, Seth Rollins. We'll see what happens regarding the ECW television champion in the upcoming weeks. That ends this episode of Universe. Thank you guys for watching. I'd also like to say thank you guys for the continued support as well. Support on Raw was great, and it means a lot when you guys enjoy these shows, because it gives me motivation to continue doing them. Anyway, that's going to end this episode of Universe. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.